He said it like a decree, not a request, not even a suggestion. My wife, the children, and my mother-in-law are going to live here. They're cramped in the apartment. There's no point in arguing. It's already been decided. I remember the tremor in his voice. It wasn't fear, it was arrogance. My son, my only son, speaking to me as though I were some unwelcome guest trespassing in his home. He didn't notice the way I placed my cup down, calmly, deliberately, the porcelain touching wood with a soft, final sound. I didn't argue. I simply said, "Of course, if that's what you've decided." Then he left to bring them, his wife, their children, and her, the mother-in-law, who had never hidden her disdain for me. While he was gone, I began to prepare. There was a time when I lived only for that boy. I raised him alone after his father's heart gave out when he was just 12. I worked 2 jobs, paid his tuition, and cooked his favorite meals even when I was too tired to eat. He used to call me his hero. He'd say, "When I grow up, I'll build you a house so beautiful you'll never have to worry again." And he did build one with my money on my land. He just forgot who the foundation truly belonged to. It began small, the way betrayal always does. His wife would visit and rearrange my furniture, say the curtains looked old-fashioned. Then her comments turned into decisions. And those decisions became rules. Once, I caught them whispering in the hallway. "She's getting old," he murmured. "Just let her be. Once the papers are transferred, we'll handle the rest." Papers. That single word burned through me like acid. The next day, I checked the documents. He'd been visiting a lawyer behind my back, trying to transfer ownership of the house, my house, into his name. He called it future planning. That's when something inside me shifted. I didn't shout. I didn't accuse. Instead, I began to learn property laws, inheritance protections, how a forged signature could destroy a man's life. 3 months. That's how long I planned. Every night after he left, I sat in the quiet, not thinking of revenge, but of correction, of balance. First, I met a lawyer discreetly. I rewrote my will, sold part of my land, and moved the funds. I ensured that everything under my name would transfer not to him, but to someone he could never touch. Then I prepared the house, not physically, but legally. I listed it quietly, sold it to a private buyer. The deal closed 2 weeks before he made his grand announcement. But I didn't move out, not yet. I wanted him to see what greed truly costs. When he returned that day, car packed, faces hopeful, I was waiting by the door. His wife stepped out first, clutching a bouquet, like a peace offering. The children ran ahead, shouting, "Grandma!" And then the mother-in-law, her eyes cold, circling me like a vulture over old meat. They entered laughing, planning, already claiming the space as their own. Boxes in hand, voices loud, staking their territory. Then she stopped. His wife's laughter died the moment she noticed the empty walls, no furniture, no curtains, no sign of a home. My son froze. What happened here? I looked at him calmly. "Oh, I forgot to tell you," I said. "I sold the house." His face drained of color. "You what?" "I told you before," I said softly. "It's my house. But not anymore. The new owners will be here tonight. We should leave before they arrive." He stepped closer, voice breaking. "You can't do this, Ma. You said they could live here." "I did," I replied with a faint smile. "And they can, just not here." He turned to his wife, desperate and humiliated. And in that heavy silence, the truth finally landed. He had gambled on my kindness and lost. Then the mother-in-law's voice cut through the air, bitter, sharp. "You tricked us." I turned to her slowly. "No," I said. "I simply stopped being fooled." They left that evening, boxes half opened, faces pale with disbelief. He didn't look back. Not once. I stood by the window until their car disappeared down the road. For a moment, I felt the faint sting of something, not guilt, not sorrow, but release. I had given him everything, love, years, forgiveness. But I wasn't going to give him my dignity, too. Now I live in a smaller house, quiet, clean, and mine. Sometimes, I still see his shadow in my dreams, young, innocent, calling me mama. But when I wake, I remember his voice that day. Cold, final. It's already been decided. And I smile because yes, it was. Just not in the way he expected.